Hey guys, welcome back to Win Customs. Well, we are going to get stuck into the HZ. Finally, I've definitely looked at it for too long. Well overdue. Let's get into this. Pretty excited, actually. I'm quite over looking at this. So I have the second-hand panel off the wall there. That has a really nice wheel arch section through it. It is still really good neck underneath on the inside. It does not go all the way to the bottom, but it's definitely going to get me a lot further than what's on here now. Top section, we are going to try and dent repair this, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's not impossible. So yeah, a lot of hammer and dolly work. I am going to use a porta power just to push out the majority of it, and hopefully we can get somewhere with that. But from this body line down, it will be cut out, repaired with that second-hand panel. Whilst I have this section off, I will be trying to repair that inner panels as well. It's going to give me a lot more room in there to swing a hammer if I need to, and get some pieces welded up and fixed up. I know that this section underneath on the inside is very well gone. It's really bad. So there might be a little bit of custom panel work going on there. I know you can buy these panels from the inside, but that's not me. I'm going to grab a new sheet of steel, whip it up, and weld that in. I do have the front section, and obviously this second-hand panel I'm using goes all the way to the front, and I could just cut the whole thing off and put it on. Save a lot of time, but it may not. I do want to keep this somewhat original up top and just repair the bottom section. Yeah, let's get stuck into it and see what happens. the intensive cleaning stage. It's definitely exposed a lot of that bad rust under there. And as far as getting this dent out, hammer and dolly work, I've now got this huge opening where I can get my hands under there super easy, slap this out and all that. If you're wondering, I've just done a line across the top here. I'm actually going to take the paint off right up to that line. I'm going to take advantage of the really good body line, and I reckon it's going to turn out a little bit nicer. It's going to work a little bit better for me. Cutting about 10-20 mils above the body line, lining up that with obviously lining up here, should be alright. Lining up in the back, goes all the way to the back. So that's going to be nice. And yeah, as far as access, I can get my hand in behind this wheel arch a bit better than down here. So that's going to work a little bit better with a hammer and dolly along this top edge rather than the bottom. Purely, that's pretty much why I went with this way. So yeah, it's definitely, like I say, it's exposed quite a bit. Not impossible. The wheel arch on the spare, the inside one, is a lot better than that. It's still there. So that there, I'll be using that one to replace parts of this. And obviously not just like slap it in. It'll be, that one I'll take that out off of the outside panel and just do it in this section. This would be, I'll try and make this one myself, and this rear panel, a little bit of the corner come off. And yeah, let's get back into it, keep cleaning away, and see where it goes. Alright, I'm actually going to change the direction I was going on this one. Somebody went absolute crazy with the spot welder on these wheel arch, this one particularly. I know the other one wasn't this bad. They were actually evenly spaced, which makes me think this may have been a repaired panel. Well, it was obviously, but whether they replaced this side panel, this came off another one, but yeah. I'm guessing that some of them are old, some of them are newer spot welds, which is why there is so many. I reckon there's at least 100 holes to drill on this one wheel arch to actually know which one's what. So I'm going to take a different approach by cutting the inside and cutting that lip off the inner guard the best I can without going too deep into the outer section. It's going to be tricky, but I think it's going to work alright, and that's going to give me an untouched inside wheel arch. If I drill every hole out, I think it's going to do a lot more damage than good. So one nice cut along the back, keeping those two lips together. I can do one nice unseen weld in that wheel arch behind that lip, which I think will come out a little bit better. A little bit disappointing, But I think that is the only direction I could go with this, again, without doing a lot of damage to this wheel arch. So yeah, let's get stuck into cutting. Okay, so what we've done, trimmed off enough for now. There still needs to be a final cut all the way around, or a trim. What we're going to do, start in this back section, I'm just using a tape template. This is going to give me a really good reference for holes and for the shape itself. Now, this is a little bit tricky, but I've thought about this one a little bit. It's a double-faced panel, so like a channel, C-channel almost. Yeah, it has this face, it wraps around, and then there is a face that goes on the inside as well. What we're going to do is split it in half. For a good reference, I've used some of the tape lines, which is going to help me with the folds. So that's pretty much the fold one. I'm not obviously going all the way up, cutting across here and then tracing it out down here, but on this side it will be making it in two parts. I'm going to split it and drop a weld down the center here. There is a little bit missing down the bottom, but it's pretty obvious to where that went. So I'm going to trace that out and follow that, again making it in two parts. Take this one, cut this first piece off, and then assess the back, see how much I need to cut off the back. Doing the same thing, just a tape template on that. This one's relatively easy. I'm just going to use a Stanley knife and cut it out. Okay, got it all welded up, looks good. It's definitely a little bit warped. What I am going to do now is take the tops of these welds off, just with a grind them all back a little bit, not all the way, and then run it through the planishing hammer and see how smooth I can get it. Definitely, I've left a lot extra on the ends, purely when it comes time to fixing up this rust on the corners. I've got something hard to work with up on this side, so that'll give me something to work with there. Same with this side. I know it does go a little bit further than this. Yeah, pulling off the original one definitely uncovered a little bit more rust, so a bit bummed about that. I may not get this on there just yet, but I'm going to work on this now and get this all smoothed out, ready to go. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it so far. We've definitely got a lot of work done on it, but there's still so much more to do. I'm trying to figure out my reference points on this, putting this inner guard back in. A little bit tricky, but I think I've just figured it out. Lining up the outer panel with that one, all that, should work. But yeah. We've still got to tackle that rust panel under here and the one on that side. So yeah, I'll leave that for the next video. If you haven't already, subscribe, give us a share, give us a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. There's probably some other ways we could tackle this. Leave a suggestion for me. Definitely worth a read. So yeah, again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.